Hi all, good evening. Hope you all are doing good. Today we are going to see the software testing fourth unit.
Law software testing fourth unit, first two topics, that is common people issues and organization structures. The first topic is perceptions and misconceptions about testing. First of all, what is called as perception means the way in which we are understanding things, that is called as a perception. And misconception is that is the opinion based on our faulty understanding, that is called as a misconceptions. So we have some of these statements has been declared over here by the management team or by the testing professionals. First statement is stating testing is not technically challenging. So first statement is testing is not technically challenging. First of all, first set of people, whoever is junior people, whoever taken into the organization as a fresher, so they'll be taking the testing part as a enjoyable work, and they'll be showing overcommitment, all those things. But the second set of people, that is, they don't have a choice, so they'll come to a testing like that team. They think this is a statement, that is, testing is not technically challenging. So we can see now how the statement has been true. That is some of the similarities and also the differences between development and the testing functions they have given us. First one is they require a holistic understanding. That is, what does mean holistic means overall understanding of the content. And next one is they should require a thorough understanding of multiple domains. That is based on the domain knowledge also they should require, that is development team, when you consider, they will be looking only around the technical knowledge, but they will not have a domain knowledge. But testing team, when you consider, they should have a thorough domain knowledge. And then third one is not only the development team requires the specialization in programming languages, the testing team also should require some of the specialization in programming languages. And also the at last one is they require automated tools, because as of now testing team they have developing more automated tools. They should know each and every tool, how it is being working and what is the programming behind each tool. And then last one is out of box thinking and conceptualization. Second statement is testing does not provide me a career path or a growth. Here we can have number of organizations have some of the career paths defined for a development functions or for a testing function. That is, in case of development functions, we can have first of all they'll be joining as a project engineer, and they'll be moving to a senior project engineer in the development function. But they'll be thinking, some of the people will be thinking testing does not provide me a career path. That is, we cannot go and we cannot go high, and we cannot get the proper designation. But that is a wrong statement. Now also the companies are moving. Now also the companies are coming out with a more career path in testing. So in that case, we can go for this third statement. That is, I am putting testing. What is wrong with me? Okay, here we can have that is this is the statement made by the testing professionals. They'll tell like what is wrong with me. So if we consider the some of the causes and effects of such statements, so when we consider in a class, only the toppers of the class are putting the development and leftovers are putting the testing. So that is a very wrong statement. Definitely wrong, not that is not the correct statement. The person whoever have the right aptitude and the right attitude, they'll be moving for the testing. So they'll be seeing the compensation scheme. Or last one also, we can get the appropriate recognition from the management team whoever participates in a good testing and whoever participates in the maintenance and also the documentation. And then fourth statement is these folks are my advisories. That is what is called as an advisories. Advisories means opponent team. That is called as an advisories, right? So in this case, so development team will think like, so always the testing team will tell the these are the calls are there, these are the calls are there. So these are the advisory. They are the advisories for the development team. As well as for the testing team, they will tell us development team will not develop the product according to a correct time. So they are the advisories for the testing team. So both the teams will tell like these are my advisories. This is the next statement. And then next one is testing is what I can do in the end if I get time. So Overall, when we think testing, that should be done throughout the life cycle of the development, software development. But when we consider, they should be do only in the end of the cycle. Because in the end of the cycle, we are not considering the development team. We should consider the testing team, how they are facing the burns. That is, how they are facing the pressure time. Because within that time, they should deliver the product with a good quality of software product, and also they should see how we can overcome this problem. Is we can have two items over here stated, that is stipulate the completion or acceptance criteria, that is to accept the product from a development team. So how we can accept the product from a development team is okay, it is okay. That is some criteria will be there. That is they will be specifying some of the minimum conditions from the organization. So they should development team should satisfy the corresponding criteria. Then whatever the testing team will accept the product, they can accept it. That is the first criteria they can have. And then second criteria is giving the testing team the freedom to mandate a minimum quality in the product. That is, and the next one is there is no sense of ownership in testing. So whenever you consider the ownership when it comes, whenever the development team develops a product, they will tell, I am the owner of this code because I have developed the code. But what about the testing team? Where the ownership goes? Because they did not do, they only testing the things. They will be telling these are the wrong things to the development team, and development team what they will do, they will repair the code and they will send back to the testing team. They retest it again. So this is happening. So ownership is being lacking over here for the testing team. So one way is we can give the authority. One last point is one way is we can minimize the problem by giving the authority to the testing team. They can tell like this is the product, it is being ready to delivery. Then they can pass all the criteria to make the product to be defect free. So that is the ownership. That is the authority we can give so that they can attain the ownership. And last one is testing is only destructive. That is, most of the people are thinking like testing has been a bad opinion. Like they'll always tell these are the wrong things are there. We need to break the software. These are the things that does not work. Like that, more people will have the perception. So we need to consider this corresponding pessimism. That is, pessimism means whatever things is not working, that always negative things. So this pessimism we need to view it as a constructive pessimism. So all these things for what we need to do, we need to develop a corresponding software product development. It is in a constructive manner. Okay. In this one, job of testing has been the combination. We should not consider only the product does not work or product does not work or making the software. We just go. We need to see beyond it. That is, we need to see whatever works in the product, and we need to analyze the risk of releasing the software with defects. So all these things we need to consider. We need to make the mitigation plan means risk acceptance. What is the risk have been coming after the product is being delivered with the defects. So these are the mitigation plan the testing team should provide it. Okay. So these are the statements we had. That is last these 7 statements we had about the perceptions and misconceptions about testing. And next one is we just going to see about the comparison between testing and development function. In last statement itself we saw all the comparison, that is all the differences between development and testing functions. Still some more are there. That is, testing is often a crunch time function. That is, we are always thinking that is a testing will be in the last moment it should happen, but no, that is not the case. Testing happens in all the every phases of the software development cycle. And then more important point is more crucial time is testing should be done before the product is being going to release. Elasticity is allowed in the projects in earlier phases. That is more flexibility we are giving. So whenever we see the development team, they'll just take more time than we are giving the time to develop it. But in case of testing team, they will not have that much sufficient number of flexible timings, because after the development team has been developed the product, they will be rushing like anything for the testing team to test the product and give the defect free products. Okay, that is the second point. And then next one is third one is testing functions are arguably the most difficult ones to start. Testing functions need to carry more external dependencies than the development functions. These are the another set of the differences between testing and the development functions. Okay. And the next point is, that is next topic is providing career paths. So these all will come under the people issues. Okay. So providing career paths for testing professionals. That is, whenever people look for a career path, they should see some of the areas of progression. That is, first one is technical challenge, and next one is opportunities, and then next one is responsibility. Because than the development team, testing team will have more number of responsibilities and the authority. And then fourth one is independence. That is, than the development team, the testing team will have a more number of independence will be there. That is, they will work independently. They are not dependent on the others like that. So then they should have the ability to have influence on an organization success. That is definitely whatever they do, whatever they deliver the product with a good quality, they will influence them on an organization success. And the last one is rewards and the recognition. So here we have some of the stages are there. That is, what are the stages means? This framework has been divided into three stages. First stage is follow stage. Second stage is formulate stage. Third stage is influence stage. First stage we see, that is the trust. That is, whenever you are joining as a fresher in the testing environment, here the trust and the confidence level between the individual and the organization will just start. Formulate stage. Formulate stages, after executing all the tasks, we can be able to make others to, we can be able to assign the work to others. So these are the 3 points we can make it. That is, one is we can make decision making independently, and next one is we can communicate to others to assign the work, and then next one is third one is we can interact with the other group people. Okay. So in this formulate stage, we can able to monitor the things, what is the work others are doing, how we can plan it accordingly. So these are the things we can do it. And then next one is third stage is influence stage. That is, whenever a person crosses these both stages, they will come to an influence stage. That is, influence stage means they will be acting like a mentor. So mentor, what they will do, they will mentor, then they'll teach others, individuals, other freshers on the how the process should go on like that. So these are the three stages in the framework we have for providing the career paths. So this is the pictorial representation for career progression. Actually, first role is the test engineer role. And test engineer role is the last one. And last time it has been shown in the middle triangle. That is the first role we'll be playing in the testing environment. And then in this test engineer, whatever I told in the follow stage, whatever the detailed instruction they'll be following, they'll be in the first role. Then they'll go to the senior test engineer, though they'll be formulating the task. Okay. And the next one is test the lead, who is going to lead these both test engineers and the senior test engineers. So test lead, now they have the two options. One, they can grow in the technical wise as a test architects. In the other case, they can grow management wise as a department head. Next topic is, so first topic is been over, that is people issues. Next topic is organization structures for testing teams. So first one is organization structure for testing teams. So how we are going to see the organization structure. So here how we can measure the organization structure, we can have the dimension. So first dimension is based on the organization type. So how the organization type, based on that we can have. Second one is geographic distribution. So where the organization is being located. So based on the two dimensions we can have. So then next one is organization is being classified into two types. One is product organization, as everybody know, product-based companies and service-based companies. Product-based companies, what they will do, they will develop the products, then they'll be responsible for the entire product. Then what about the service-based companies? What they will do, they will not have the complete responsibility, but they will also try to structures in single product companies, how the organization structures we are going to see in single product companies and the multi-product companies. Okay, first of all we see for the single product companies. So many product based companies, they will start with a single product. What they will do, they will during the initial stages, they will not follow a formalized process. They will just they do not know what is the entry criteria, what is the exit criteria. So many of the organization they will follow the formalized process. Okay, and then third one is that is a product delivery team members. That is they will be distribute among themselves. That is whatever the task is being coming, they will be distribute their time to work on it. Then all the engineers to report directly to a project manager who is in charge of the whole project. Okay, that project manager also they will be with a little bit of different. They'll be supporting both the testing function and also the development function. Like development function, how they will support this? They will be having a development manager. Under development manager, development team will be coming. Same as test manager will be there. Under test manager, testing team will be coming. So these are the whole things who will be responsible for the project manager. Okay. So, so we have some of the advantages of testing team structure for single product companies. That is, exploits the rear loading nature of first point is exploits the rear loading nature of testing activities. That is, we are just concentrating on the end point. That is, before the release of the product, we will be just concentrating on that one. So, will be how we are going to make the second one is enables engineers to gain the experience in all the aspects. So, what happens here is we are making the engineers to gain the experience in both the development side and also the testing side. And then third one is amenable to the fact that the organization has informal. Some of the defects can be detected earlier. So this is the pictorial representation for the whatever I have said. That is the project manager who's going to manage all the team engineers, and then team engineers what they will do. They will also have the development team and the testing team. They will be developing the code. They will be then testing team will be testing the code again. Development team will be developing the code, and then it is being going in the iteration process. So that is the shown on the left side of your team engineers. And then next one we can have by telling the advantage and pictorial representation of structures for single product companies, one can think about the disadvantages because only one development team is there, the same development team itself will act as a testing team. So what happens here, accountability is being reduced. That is who's accountable for which thing. So there is also reduce in accountability and also the quality. Next one is they will not have the effectiveness of testing as the testing team, independent testing team too. The development team will not have the effectiveness of the testing, and also they will definitely schedule the pressures. That is at the end of the software development life cycle, and also they will not carry out the developers will not surely carry. Next one is component wise testing teams. Okay, so whenever component-wise testing teams, if I tell, this is the pictorial representation. When I tell the product, that is not a single product, it is a combination of many components. So what happens here, many components has been integrated into a whole component, right? So here also you can have the component manager because each of the component can be given to separate team. They can develop it, they can test it. Then integration manager also should be there, who's responsible for integrating all the components. And then this integration manager and the component manager will be reporting to a same project manager that is being shown in this pictorial representation. So these are the two things we saw in the structure for single product companies. That is, first one is team structure for single product companies, and then second one is component wise testing teams. Next, we are going to see about the structure for multi. Here we can have number of factors are there in the organization of the testing teams in multi product companies. So what are the factors is how tightly coupled the products are in terms of technology. That is, whenever the same technology is being used for developing the various products, what we can do, we can share the testing resources, dependence among the various products. Okay. That is, whenever a change in one product, definitely if they are dependent on the other product, that change will be impact on the other product too. So next one is how synchronous are the release cycles of products. What is the release cycle? So whenever last one is customer base for each product and similarity among customer base for various products. And testing teams as a part of seeking founders, they can develop a product architecture that is testable or suitable for testing. So whenever we are developing a non-functional requirement in the design phase or in the architecture, so what they can get the idea of testing team as well. So that is the first advantage. Then the second advantage is what testing team also they can get the technological skills from the CTOs part. The CTOs of the CTOs part they will be dealing with the technologies, so they can gain the technology skills also. They can clearly understand what is the design, what is the architecture they are built for, so that they can think both the roadmap for the development product and the test suite development. Okay, at last they can optimize the so a CTO team what they can do by seeing all these activities, whether the testing team doing, they can optimize the experiences of testing over the various option is single testing for all the products. So what we are doing, only we are keeping only one testing for testing all the products. So we can have here two possibilities are there. One is they can form, that is single testing team, they can form one testing business unit and they can report to this unit. And then second one is the testing team, they can made to report to a CTO, whichever I said in the previous point, that one they can do. So there are two possibilities for making a single testing to test for all the products. Okay. Next one is testing team organized by products. That is different testing team should be there to test the each product. That is the testing team organized by the here, based on the level of the integration among the product, there may be a central integration testing team. So, in previous one, I told one business unit will be there, and then some central CTO will be there. Here, central integration testing team will be there. Okay, that is the third one. And then fourth one is separate testing teams for different phases of testing. That is, we should include a separate testing team for different phases. So, what are the phases we can have in the design phase, in the testing phase, in the coding phase? That the phases are there, okay. But what about the types of testing? That is black box testing, white box testing. So we will just split the testing team itself into groups, and we'll be providing them. That is, black box will be done by the testing team, white box will be done by the development team. Like that, we'll be splitting the testing team to do the different types of testing. Okay, so here by doing this, we can have two advantages. One is defects can be detected easier, and the next one is whoever have the appropriate knowledge. So testing team will have the appropriate knowledge on black box testing. Development team will have the appropriate knowledge on white box testing. So they can be used for the corresponding testing. And then last one is hybrid testing. So hybrid testing, we can combine all the models, whatever discussed we so far, we can combine them and we can test it over. That is called as the hybrid teams. That is hybrid model. I'll just summarize. First of all, we saw about the people common issue, that is perception and the misconception. In that one, 7 statements we saw. And then after that, we saw about the career path, that is the career progression. We saw 3 stages are there: then test engineer, senior test engineer, test lead. Test lead can go through 2 ways, that is one is technical way and then one is the management way. And then second topic is organization structures. In organization structures, how the organization will be, that is how the organization will be, that is CEO, then CTO, then CTO to the business unit, then support, and then whoever is been reporting to all the members. That is the organization. So these are the end of first 2 topics of the fourth unit. In next class, we'll see about the organization services. Okay, thanks for watching. If any doubt, please mail me. Thank you.